I'm Matt with etrailer. If you have a 2023 BMW X5 and you're looking for a really easy installation and something that's going to give you a lot of peace of mind when you're driving about for those moderate snow and ice conditions, then the Konig self-tensioning tire chain is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. Now we are going to have this on the rear axle. You just need to ensure that when these chains are on, you just need to switch off your rear axle steering. And we are going to have this on tire size 275, 45, R20. Now that's just the tire size we have today. This will fit a variety of other sizes. And if you're not sure if this is going to fit your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. And now we kind of focus on some of the specs. So we are going to have these Class S chains. That just means they're going to sit real close to your tires and not stick out too far. That's going to give you more of a smooth ride. And then we're going to have these square link chains. These square link chains are going to be made out of a nickel manganese alloy steel. So that means they're going to last a long time and be rust resistant. And this square design to them is going to help you bite through that thicker ice and snow for those moderate conditions. And then we're going to have this diamond pattern. This diamond pattern is giving you more surface area on your tire, which is in turn giving you more traction. Great for making those turns. And then if we take a look at the center of our chains, you're going to notice we have this device right here. And this is pretty unique to Konig, and this is going to be their approach to this self-tensioning device. And I'm a big fan of it. It's really easy to use. All you're really doing is just grabbing this hook. This will retract when not in use. But when you do need to tighten something down, you just grab this, and if these chains were to ever loosen, which they most likely will, because when you drive with chains, they usually shift, and once they shift, they loosen up. This is going to constantly apply tension to your chains so they don't loosen up and damage anything. And these chains are going to come in a set of two in this pretty decent case. I like this case because it feels very sturdy and is very flat too, so it won't take up much room in your vehicle. Now the one thing I'm not super crazy about is when we open this up, we don't have any sort of divider in here. So your chains just kind of lay in the case, so they can get tangled up. It doesn't happen super often, but it is something that can happen, and I'm just more of a fan of keeping your chains separate. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a really solid choice, especially if you are looking for something that is going to be a really easy installation. We don't have to get underneath your vehicle to put on your chains, especially since there is limited clearance, and that peace of mind that you're going to get with the tensioning device. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more on the entry-level side, but you still want a lot of security to your chains, then I'd recommend checking out the Titan Chain Assisted Tensioning Tire Chains. While the tensioning device won't be as good as a self-tensioning one, it will give you a lot more peace of mind. I just recommend checking those chains when you're out on the road a little bit more often. But if you want something a little bit more premium because you don't want to get out of your car as often, then this is going to be the choice for you. Now, if you're curious about the installation, just stay tuned. We'll walk you through the process. The first thing I like to do is just grab some gloves, just so it's going to be a little bit easier, and I like to lay out my chains. So what I like to look for when I lay these out are a couple of things. I want to make sure none of my links are damaged, all those welds are good, and then I want to make sure it's in the right orientation. So we want to make sure the flat side of these hooks are facing up, and the blue cable is closest to our tire. And then we also want to make sure we don't have any connections in the center. And if we're looking like that, we should be good. We can start putting this on. So what I like to do is push everything to its relative side, and then throw this kind of behind our tire so we can wrap it around. I'll show you what I mean. You should have to push it over here, arrange these chains so I can grab them easily. Now I just like to double check to make sure I didn't tangle anything up. And from here, we're just going to lift up on that blue cord on the back side and make the connection on the back. That's just going to be this middle block and this channel going into one another until this seat into place. And then I'm going to maintain control of my chains and drape them over the front side. And this front connection is just going to consist of this red hook and this red link going together just like so. But this is hanging too low now. So I'm just going to adjust this until it's even on both ends. I like to put my hand back there just to make sure everything feels good. And then I'm just going to reach to the bottom, grabbing this gray cord and this red channel with that silver lever on it. I'm going to just push this in here. I'm going to do that by pulling on the silver lever and pushing this into place. Just like that. And we'll pull on it, make sure it gets pretty tight. And then we're just going to grab our red hook on that tensioning device and secure it down. And it's not a bad idea to come back through, kind of pull on your chains and make sure everything feels good. And if it does, you can repeat that process on the other side. I then recommend either pulling forward or backing up some, and then checking it again to make sure nothing's shifted too much. And if it still looks good, you can take it out for a ride. But that was just a look at the installation and some of the features of the Konig self-tensioning tire chains on our 2023 BMW X5. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.